what do each of us believe is the key influencing factor in the accounting industry at the moment? It's a big question, and we're all from totally different aspects of the industry. So I'm going to shoot first over to Nicholas Sinclair, because you own an accounting practice as well as having this amazing outsourcing centre. So I'd like to get both sides of the equation from you, if that's okay, Nick.
Yeah, wonderful. So from a, I suppose, an accounting point of view, or from a practice point of view, the biggest issue that we have, and I found by going on Rob Nixon's Capitalising on the Cloud tour with, I think it was 1,350 accountants, the biggest problem most accounting firms have is actually the capacity to do the day-to-day compliance work. And the reality is that I see compliance over the next 5 years becoming a commodity, in that's not where we add value to clients. We actually add value by giving advice and helping them grow their business, not actually processing piles of paperwork. So one of the things that we see a big change, and why we moved into the outsourcing business, is that we need to lower our cost of doing the compliance work that, while it is valuable and we do add value doing it, it is really low value work. It's stuff that we have to lodge for the ATO. It's not things that actually help a client grow their business. There's a lot of old school accountants that beat their chest and say, look, you're undermining the complexity of compliance work, and that's not what we're doing. We're saying we need to reduce the cost of compliance work using cloud technologies like the Xeros and the mobs. They're slowly coming back into the market. Using those technologies will make us more efficient, get the work done at a lower cost base, and then use this live data that we now have to actually help our clients make money and grow their business. Because that's what we're here to do. We're advisors. We're not actually, processors. But what we found as an accounting business, and what we've found with all of our industry colleagues, is that 80% of managers' roles and even partners' roles is doing administration, and they're very, very highly paid administrators. So we see the change being you need to get out of compliance and bring it down for a lower cost, make it more efficient, make the process work, and then actually add value to your clients. Hence why we set up the outsourcing business originally for ourselves, was so that we could lower those costs, produce it overseas, have our Australian staff upskilled so that they are now client-facing and adding value, not processing. So we originally did that for ourselves and put on 40-odd staff across marketing in different areas to help us do that as a business.
So how do you then see, Nick, the difference of skills that are going to be needed by university graduates that are coming out and wanting to get into the accountancy field, if you feel that is the real shift within the industry?
Yeah, so I suppose the nerds are going to have to learn how to talk to people, and I said this throughout Rob's 14 city conference thing that we did, is that people need to learn now how to communicate and sell advice and manage the process as opposed to doing the process. It's happened in the mortgage broking industry, it's happened in the financial planning industry years ago. The accounting industry now needs to basically get up to speed. 2/3 of your office are going to be involved in actually talking to clients and adding value to clients. The other third is still going to be your technicians who are reviewing the work and training your offshore team to become efficient, so that they can actually have the Australian team delivering that advice. And by delivering the advice, most accountants, for example, we got a new client last week paying 25 grand a year to a second tier firm for compliance work. We can do that same work offshore for $5,000 and still make a 40% profit on it.
Wow.
But sell advice up to $25,000. So then we'll do 4 projects of $5,000.
Yes.
We use Rob Nixon's new analytics software, which is a cloud-based software, which basically identifies the advice, gives you the templates to do the advice, and we run it from there. So while we're charging the same fee, we're in essence delivering 5 times the value that the normal accountant would for the same cost. So from us, if others don't do this, then they'll lose their clients to all these pop-up firms. And if you look at Xero's list of clients, you see all these really, really cool accountants that are pop-ups. They're running out of combis, they're running in funky offices like E-Ways. They're really cool, but they are all client-facing, they're all cloud-based, they're mobile, and they're not employing 20 staff to do administration. It's all cloud.
So you've just completed a 14-city tour explaining this concept. How was the response and the feedback from the audiences?
Besides the one person that wanted to punch me, and he told me that, if you go to Rob Nixon's website, there's a 23-minute video that was shown to everyone that came to the conference. And it was interesting because at first everyone was like, young startup, they didn't know I'd been in the industry that long. They didn't realise what we're trying to do is actually add value to clients. We're not saying compliance isn't important. We're saying it's a commodity that we can, with technology, make more efficient, do it at a lower cost, and then add more value to clients. So for us, I had a lot of negative feedback at the start, but to give you an example, there are 660 firms on that tour. I'm talking to about 10% of them at the moment about using our outsourcing business in the Philippines. So there was less than 5% of the industry at Rob's tour, and there's now less than 10% even talking about outsourcing. But the problem that I find is that the ones that don't do it in 5 years, they're going to have to do it.
Exactly. So it's the early adopters that are going to have the real advantage here, aren't they, Nick?
Yeah, and I mean, if you really scratch beneath the surface, the 20 biggest firms in Australia, from an accounting point of view, I know that 14 of them have been outsourcing for more than 3 years.
Yes.
So what you don't know is what you don't hear. So the big firms, the good firms, the efficient firms are already doing it. It's not new. It's just not publicised. We're the first one that are out there in the Fin Review and out there in the media saying we're doing it, we're reducing costs because of it, and most firms are collecting the extra profit and not passing it on to their clients. That's where we're a bit different.